Hello my dear students. Today we will start next lecture of MEP. Before we start today's lecture, we will revise what we learned in the last lecture. We learned the timers and the counters of 8051. We know that there are two timers and two counters, timer 0, timer 1, counter 0 and counter 1. Timers and the counters are 16-bit, but we can use the timer or counter as a 8-bit also. Lower 8-bit timer, higher 8-bit timers. Same thing for the counters. Then we learn the internal structure of T-mode register of 8051. What is the size of T-mode register? It is a 8-bit register. What is the use of this register? To decide the modes for the timers. There are different modes supported by the timers of 8051. Then we learn TCON register of 8051. What is a TCON? Timer control register, which will control the timers. Means it will be start the timer, it will be monitor the timers whether it is overflow or not. Now, what we are going to learn today's lecture? We are going to learn what is a serial communication, how the serial communication take place in 8051. Then we learn for serial communication we require register, that is SBuffer register of 8051. Then we are learning SCON register of 8051. What is the SCON? Serial Control Register of 8051. I think everyone know what is the serial communication. We know that when we transfer the data in serial communication, we transfer the data bit by bit. There are two ways to transfer the data serially: synchronous communication and asynchronous communication. Now, what is the synchronous communication? When we transfer the bulk of data in frame structure at a time is called synchronous communication. When we talk about the asynchronous communication, means what? We transfer the single byte, that means 8-bit data in frame structure at a time is called asynchronous communication. That means when we transfer the bulk of data in frame structure, synchronous communication. When we transfer the single byte data in frame structure at a time, it is asynchronous communication. And 8051 supports asynchronous communication for serial communication. Now we know that 8051 having UART. What is UART? Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter with RxD pin and TxD pin. What is the RxD pin function? Receive serial data. What is the function of TxD pin? Transmit serial data, which are present on port 3.0 and port 3.1 pins. Means port 3 0 pin and port 3 1 pin. We can use as a transmit and receive the data in serial communication. Now, we'll see in the detail what is a asynchronous communication. It is widely used for byte-oriented transmission. I think everyone know what is a byte. One byte means 8-bit data. So when we transfer the byte data bit by bit, okay, in 8051, it supports asynchronous communication. When we talk about the asynchronous communication, we can see in the diagram, there is a data frame. Now when we talk about the data frame, it having the three important points. There is a one start bit, then we having the data bits, and then we having the stop bit. Now, when we want to transfer the data bit by bit, to indicate the starting of transmission of data bits, it insert one start bit which is always low. So, it always put before the data bits. After that, we have to put 8-bit data, 9-bit data. In 8051, we put 8-bit data, okay, and then we will insert last bit, that is the stop bit, which is maybe the 1 bit or the 2 bit, and it is always high. So, start bit, then data bits, and then stop bit. It called the data frame. which include start bit, which is always low, which then include the data bits, 8 bit or 9 bits data bits, and it include the stop bit, which may be 1 bit or 2 bit, but it is always high. So 8051 support the asynchronous communication, which consists of total 10 bits. Out of that 10 bits, one is the start bit, one is the stop bit, and remaining are the 8 bits. Now, when we transmit the data, what is the transmission rate? In binary system, data transmission rate is also called as a baud rate. That is number of signal changes per second. Most standards baud rates supported by 8051s are 1200, 2400, 4800 and 9600 bits per second. Now, when we talk about the 8051 serial communication, it supports TTL voltage level. That is logic 0, 0 volt, logic 1, 5 volt. Now, we know that most of the computers perform the serial communications using RS-232. So, when you want to use the 8051 with the computers, it working with the RS-232. But there is one problem. What is the problem there? RS-32 serial communication has a different voltage level as compared to 8051 serial communication. In the diagram, we can see RS-232 logic 0 means plus 3 volt to plus 25 volts and logic 1 means minus 3 volt to minus 25 volt. But when you talk about the 8051, we suppose the TTL level, logic 0 means 0 volt and logic 1 means 5 volt. So to communicate 8051 with RS-232 protocol, we need to use extra IC, that is voltage level converter. Example is MAX 232 IC, which I shown in the diagram. How to connect 8051 with MAX 232. There is a P3.1 and P3.0, which we use as a TXT and RXD pins. That is transmit the data and receive the data. Will connect it to T1 in pin and R1 out pin of MAX 32 to transmit the data and receive the data. Now, how to calculate the baud rate? To meet the standard baud rate, generally we use a crystal oscillator frequency, that is 11.0592 MHz. Why we are using the 11.0592 MHz? Already I told that if we use this frequency, we can communicate with the computers without any error. So most commonly they use the 11.0592 MHz clock frequency. Then 8051 divide the crystal frequency by 12 to get the machine cycle frequency. So once it divided by this, what the value will get? 921.6 kilohertz. Then internal UART block of 8051 divide this machine cycle frequency by either 32 or 16. 32 means when S mod bit is 0 and when it divided by 16 means S mod bit equal to 1. Then if you divide 921.6 kilohertz 32, what the value we are getting? 28800 hertz. And if S mod equal to 1, we dividing the machine cycle frequency by 16, where we get the 57600 hertz. And this will be sent to the timer to set the baud rate. Now, to achieve the baud rate at 9600, 28800 hertz divided by 3. This is achieved by using timer 1 in mode 2. Hope everyone know that mode 2 is a auto reload mode, where we can put the 253 value in TH1, that is 8-bit register. 28800 hertz will get divided by 3 as timer will overflow after every 3 cycles. We can achieve the different baud rates by changing the values or by putting the division factors in TH1 register. What is that value? We can see in that table. If S mod equal to 0 and if we want 9600 baud rate, what is the value of TH1? In hexadecimal FD, in decimal -3. If we want the baud rate 4800, what is the value of TH1? Decimal minus 6 and XFA. When we want the baud rate 2400, then what is the value of TH1? F4 and minus 12. And when we go for the last baud rate 1200, X value in TH1 is E8 or in the decimal minus 24. If we look at there the values, we can see that if baud rate is double as compared to previous value 1200 double 2400, 2400 if we double it 4800, if we double it 4800 we are getting 9600. So like that values of the TH1 will be changing from minus 3, minus 6, minus 12, minus 24 in decimal, and in the X, FD, FA, F4 and E8. But when we double the baud rate, that means when S mod equal to 1, what is the value of the baud rate? 19200, that is the double of 9600. What is the double of 4800? 9600. What is the double of 2400? 4800. And what is the value of 1200 double is 2400. So by default baud rate is we are using 1200, 2400, 4800 and 9600. But if you want to double the baud rate, we need to change the value of S mode bit which is present inside the PCON register. So now you know that what is serial communication, right? Then when we go for the serial communication, that is asynchronous serial communication. In asynchronous serial communication, what is the data frame? Then how to calculate the baud rate? Now we are going to see which registers we are using for serial communication. So there is a S buffer register present in 8051 where we can store the data when we want to transmit or receive the data during the serial communication. Then to control the serial communication, it having one special control register which is called SCON, serial control register, which used to set the serial communication operation modes and used to control, transmit and receive the operations. So SCON is a 8-bit. In that 8-bit, lower 2 bits, B0 and B1 bits, RI and TI, that is receive the interrupt flag and transmit the interrupt flag. Then we have the receive 9 bit. This will be indicated by the B2 bit. Then we go for the B3 bit, transmit 9 bit, that is bit B8 of transmitted data, and receive 9 bit means bit B8 of receive the data, that is TB8 and RB8. Then REN, this is very important bit. If this bit is 1, then only it will be allowed to receive the data enable during the serial communication. Then next bit, that is B5 bit, is SM2 bit, is a serial mode bit 2, which we are not using in 8051. We are using in 8051 SM0 and SM1 bit to decide the modes for serial communication, that is mode 0, mode 1, mode 2 and mode 3. Now, so when we talk about modes, that is mode 0, mode 1, mode 2 and mode 3, SM0 and SM1. When we talk about the mode 0, 112 of oscillator frequency shift register mode fixed baud rate. Mode 0 means it can transmit the 8-bit data. Okay, where clock frequency is divided by the 12. It support the 8-bit data transmission mode. When you go for the mode 1, it transmits the 8-bit UART, that is 8-bit data, one start bit and one stop bit, means total 10 bits are there, with timer 1 determine the baud rate. When we go for the mode 2, it having the 9-bit UART with 132 of oscillator fixed baud rate. That means total it transmit the 11 bits. Out of that, 9 bits are the data, one is the start bit and one is the stop bit. And the last mode 3, it also having the 9-bit UART with timer 1 determine the baud rate. Means mode 3 is similar to mode 2, only the baud rate frequency is different. It will be decided by the timer 1. So, serial control registers decide the modes for serial communication, that is mode 0, mode 1, mode 2 and mode 3. Mode 0 means it transmits only the 8-bit data. Mode 1 means it transmits the 10 bits data, but in that 10 bits, 8 bit is the data bits, 1 is the start bit, 1 is the stop bit. Then mode 2 transfer the 9-bit data, where 1 is the start bit, 1 is the stop bit, so total are the 11 bits. And the last mode, that is a mode 3, which is similar to mode 2, only there is baud rate are different, which are decided by or determined by the timer 1. Transmit interrupt flag and receive interrupt flag. What is the meaning of that? This bit indicates the transmission is completed and get the set after transmitting the byte from the buffer. Normally, TI set by the hardware at the end of the 8-bit in mode 0 and at the beginning of stop bit in other modes. When you talk about the RI bit, that is receive interrupt flag bit, this bit indicates the reception means receive data is completed and gets set after receiving the completed or complete byte in the buffer. Normally, RI set by the hardware in the receiving mode at the end of the 8-bit in the mode 0 and at the stop bit receive time in the other modes. So, what we learned today? What is the summary of today's lecture? We learn what is serial communication in 8051, how to calculate the baud rate in 8051 for serial communication, which registers are required for serial communication, S buffer register and SCON register. So we learned that S buffer register is an 8-bit register which store the 8-bit data during the serial communication. And what is the function of SCON register? To control the operation of serial communication of 8051, which decide the modes also and which will be enable or disable the serial communication also. These are the textbook. Definitely you know that Masidi you have to use the book for this, and I put it one reference side which you can refer this side also for this lecture content. Now thank you. If you are having any question you can ask me.